this is Sabina at Cross Keys Crafts with the Papercraft Society Advent Calendar for December the 18th, and this one has been designed by My Creative Life. If I'm not mistaken, that's the Katie Skilton range, and we have some patterned paper, and obviously these match the ephemera that we had earlier in the month. I have already given my ephemera away, the ones that I didn't use, so I can't use this in combination, but I'll have a think about how I can showcase at least a few of these papers on a card. Some of them I think are more suitable for a background, like these here. This one's very busy, so I would like to have that as a focus of a card rather than using it as a background. So I'll have a think what I create with these, and then I'll come back. I really like this advent calendar because it challenges me to try something new. And I had a look through Sam Calcott's videos and tried to find a card that shows the pattern paper best. And I came across a flip fold card. I think that's what it's called. And I've never made one before, so I thought this would be a good opportunity. Obviously, I'm a bit limited with the size of these papers, so this was just over, let me just measure, I just cut a little bit off on the side. I cut it to, I cut this to 3 3/4, and then I just took a slither off at the top. I wonder whether these are sort of American sizes, but it's fine anyway, because this will matter. I did the same obviously with this paper. So this defines my card base. I just cut this from an A4 cardstock, so this measures 8 inches by 6 inches, and I've already scored it in the middle at a half. I now need to mark the middle of this panel here, and I'm just doing this by laying it on the grid of my table topper here. So I'm just marking a spot here. This is obviously at, just think, yeah, so it's 2 inches there, 2 inches there, and the same here. And I'm going to lay my pattern paper that I want on the front. I think I'll have this one, and I will have that one on the inside. Yeah, I will lay this down here where I would have it, and I'm taping this down with some washi tape. You want some low-tack tape, but I will also put it, you will find it in a moment, put it on this panel here rather than here, because this is where I won't have my die cutting machine, and that way it won't be pressed down and it won't adhere as much. So I'm just putting it on my skin to get most of the tack off. So I'm just placing one down there, one down there, and that will just be enough for it not to shift. I have already chosen a die. Sam Calcott used a heart as well, I think. Obviously, with this width, you don't have much space to move about, but I just chose this one here. This is a Sizzix die, and let me just measure it. It's, well, the actual area here where it cuts is 2 3/4 wide. So I'm laying this now. Let me just maybe put my paper down there. I'm laying this now down so that the middle line here touches or goes through the middle of the heart die. So I'm just aligning this here, and I should have prepared some more tape. I obviously need to stick that down as well. So I'm doing the same here. I think this will be enough. So I'm taking this away. That was just for me to mark the line there. So, and now I'll show you what you need to do with your cutting plates. So basically, you when you put it through the die cutting machine, you put it on the bottom plate as normal, but the top plate you only put there as far as the middle line, and then this means it only cuts this area. I hope I'm doing it right and not cutting the wrong. Let me just check the video by Sam Calcott. So I'm glad I checked it. It's the other way around. I have to cut this part here. So I will actually be moving the tape over because I don't want that to stick on that area. Sorry about that. But as I said before, it's the first time I'm making this. I'm just keeping my hand on the die and I'm just moving this over there. So when I aligned it now, I want to just put this half here through the die cutting machine. I don't even need to bother about putting all the way through. I could just go back and forth. I quickly do this off camera and then I'll show you how we continue. So after I cut that half, now I can take the tapes off and you can see this is how I cut. What I did forget though with this die, it always leaves a rim as well, which is not so pretty, and you would think something better of a company like Sizzix, but it is what it is. So I can now take the top layer off here and we've got this cut here. So what I now need, is it cut through? Oh, it is cut through, yeah. So what I now need to do is I need to score from that bottom here to the mark I made, and the same here. So I need to get my scoreboard out. And I would expect that to be at 2 inches, which it is. So let me just turn it this way around. So you can see I'm not even unfolding it because I only need this area. So going from there to the bottom of that heart, and then just thinking whether it's easier to go from the top, but just, oh, you can't see that, sorry, I'm going off camera. From the mark there, trying to find the groove there, going there to the top. If you haven't quite reached it with your cut, you can always cut this with your craft knife, but I think now I need to cut it just a little bit there. So sorry about the noise. So I can just extend this a little bit here. That's all I need, I think. Yeah. So let me just watch Sam Calcott's video again before I continue. I've already forgotten what to do next. Okay, so I just reminded myself what to do. So we can now fold the card here as normal, just burnishing this, and then this one we can now fold back on that score line. I need to flatten mine a bit. I should have cut a little bit more. Should have cut down a little bit more there, but I think it's fine once we put the pattern paper on. Can you see it's just torn a little bit on the edge there, but never mind, I'll put something on the top there. So now basically have this flip card. So with this patterned cardstock that I've just partially cut, I need to align the heart now and cut that out, and I will also cut it basically where we had the score line on the card here. I will cut this after I've cut the middle heart out. So we basically got 2 panels, one to go here, one to go here, and then the heart I can use over here. So I shall quickly do this off camera and then come back. I have cut the heart out and then cut this in half, but I did find though that if I place this on this one here now, it does overlap a bit here on the score line, so I'm just going to cut a slither off there. The other one is fine because it doesn't really show the line there, but I might still maybe do the same or cut a little bit down there so it doesn't interfere with the score line in the middle. And then this one here, that can just go on this one here. By the way, I did cut down a little piece down there, it did help. So I'm placing this on the front here because I do actually have, this is from my cutting plate. I don't know if the camera picks it up. I've got some blemishes there from my bottom cutting plate. So ideally I would actually put something on that side as well. I'll have a look if I use one of the other papers as well. And then I will find another piece of cardstock, cut it with my hard die, and find a sentiment that I can use here on the back. I have stuck all my panels down. I just used my collal glue, and I was looking through my cupboard for some cardstock for the hearts, and some yellow cardstock fell at me, and I wondered where it's from, and then I remembered this is from a few days ago when we had the sort of aqua colour and the pink which I used, and that's the yellow in it, and that's a perfect match for this cardstock. I can't even remember whether it's from the same brand, so that works perfectly. So I stamped a few sentiments from my stash. Two of these, this especially for you and sending hugs and happy thoughts, is from this one. I think I got this from Amazon. If it's still available, I'm going to link to that below. This one is from a stamp set, which I believe might have been in a magazine once, but I thought that was quite suitable as well. So I now want to put this here in the middle, and hopefully in the way that this will be hidden by that heart. So I need to be careful how to place it. I'm actually thinking if I keep it there, keep my finger on this side, I can put some glue underneath here, and then, sorry, my glue has been leaking, and then maybe glue it down on the other side. It's just an idea. I'm winging it tonight. I don't know if you've noticed. I think that might just work perfectly. The good thing is with a collal glue, if it's not in the right place, you can always move it again. So I'm just putting just a bit more glue here at the bottom, and that would just be fine. So, and this heart here, I just pop this on the inside, making sure it fits perfectly so it doesn't obstruct the mechanism. So we'll actually lift this up to make sure it is in the same place. So test it. Yeah, that's fine. I'm thinking about putting another little stamp down there, and then this one can go on here. So all I need now is some embellishments. I think this needs a little something. I'm thinking maybe putting some little rhinestones in there. I've got loads of dots here that I could fill with maybe some Nova drops or whatever. I've got a little hard left over. I'll have a quick think. I think I'll do this off camera and then I'll show you the finished card. So here's my finished card. I just stamped a few hearts, tiny little hearts, with my VersaFine Claire Summertime. I thought the orange would go nicely with the that sort of colour here, although it is rather a dark yellow. And I just put a few rhinestones on there, just 2 on the flowers here and just 3 on the top. And I think this is all this needs. And yeah, I really like this flip card. As I said, I was struggling a little bit with the papers here, but I think this worked out okay. And it made good use of the pattern paper and actually the yellow one as well from a few days ago. Yeah, if you like this card, you might want to give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see what I'm creating tomorrow, you might want to subscribe to my channel. I'd be very happy about that. And I'll see you tomorrow with another video.